625.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be around 125 for the gravel work, and it came in at 325 for only 2 roads.
right.
Instead of, so they found out it was gonna be around $1 million.
To do paving and the gravel.
So they
that
reduced
had in
the-
road plan, yes.
They reduced the number of gravel roads to be done.
Yeah,
With regards to splitting them up, the paving is exactly what was on the roads plan and sent out. When we sent out the gravel, we had a plan on there that the roads can be talked about. It
Right.
came in just way more than what we had planned on. So we looked at the plan, at what roads needed to be like, what we felt needed to be done more than the other ones, and we asked, since we had only one bid for the gravel, for them to look at that and what would that cost, and that's what we brought forward, because that was actually what was affordable within the budget that we had. Otherwise, we would have had to have raised close to $1 million in road fund. Because the numbers that we're using for, was it per foot? Well, no, I'm saying the numbers that we use per foot to do the roads.
Yeah.
The formula in it were too low, we have to readjust those higher numbers, because they're all coming in for inflation as higher.
So I just looked at the 2 RFPs and, quotes. And it doesn't say anything, on R&D, it says, any decrease in the scope of work performed can result in an increase in the unit price for this contract. So you can change this, but it will affect the price, and it will probably cause the price to go up, is what they're saying. I don't know what that fully means. That is for R&D. I did not find a statement like that on GMI. So I think it's gonna require us to figure out what we wanna do with this, and then go back to these folks and get updates.
So, just a question on Cascade again,
Yeah.
going back. Would emergency vehicles use this road to access to other roads? Would that be affected?
Yes, I mean, yeah, they're gonna come in from one house or the other
But the houses are on
on the ends.
they don't use that to go from get to point A to point B.
So I'm saying, the middle of the road, between these 2 houses,
There's
would
nothing.
emergency vehicles use that to get to some other road?
No.
Okay, that's all.
okay.
Because this road is,
Just a couple horseshoe.
So with that information, I go to Carl Fund and turn it into gravel, because there's not a risk for emergency vehicles.
Okay,
which means we would have to work with the road committee to
Yeah,
update what we're gonna do.
yeah.
And we can decide whether we might have to go back out with another request.
I think that's what we're gonna do.
okay, and then if, just for the next road committee meeting, whatever you're gonna decide
We'll have
to,
to talk, I guess we'll have to go over that then, that's correct?
yeah, go over that.
Say it again?
The next road committee meeting, we'll go over this.
Yeah,
Yeah, we might wanna
What
do
you
it
just-
sooner than later.
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
might wanna have-
that's what I was getting at.
and then update the road plan, so when we look at it, it's the same. You know, so the road committee, you know, should be on board with the road agent of what's going out, so we don't have to go through this when it comes back.
We were, and
Because
it
what
was,
Kate,
Okay,
what Kate and Ron from the road committee is trying to do is get these quotes out early.
Right.
So we can get on the list,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're pushing it back, but
let's
I'm gonna see what we can do.
and the thing is, we only have one, gravel.
Yeah.
this time
but it
too.
shouldn't have done that.
My problem is now is that
If
we've got.
the road committee didn't want to do Cascade Road. Right, okay. Okay,
So I have 2 things that I wrote down with the agenda, but I have 2 things.
Yep.
Last week. One is I just kind of want to know budgetary wise, I'm with you folks, I'd like to know what you're expecting now that you've approved the budget. I know you were going through the warrant article, and hopefully that was approved on the 21st. What comes next? What do you, presentation, usually do just a normal PowerPoint?
Yeah, so-
And then I present myself, no one sat with me and talked to me about the next
What
process.
we've done done in the past, which you did last year, because we didn't have a TV on board,
Yeah.
is that we
It was our
do
first
have
year.
the graphs that shows, the breakup of the tax rate, you know, what piece of the pie goes to each department. So you find those graphs, and they're usually part of a PowerPoint presentation. And when Corey was here, he did
Almost done.
do the presentation at the beginning. The chairman usually kicks off the meeting with welcoming everyone and any other extenuating circumstances that we wanna share, and then we go to you to do the PowerPoint. And then what we usually do in presenting the budget is we divvy it up between us, right? And so each one of us has assignments as we get through the budget to explain it.
What assignments, like you, each
Like I could,
department?
yeah, so I normally take town clerk, tax collector, that kind of thing, so we each get a piece. Of course, if we get stumped on a question, because you live with this budget, we're gonna ask you, Kate, I can't remember, why that increase, Kate, would you explain?
Do you go over warrant articles as well, and you go through all of them too?
I think we go over those when we get,
So,
When we want,
when we get to that section.
yeah.
yeah, so, I think